Hello and welcome back, my friends, to another exciting day in Empires and Puzzles. And today brings us a brand new portal, and it is the Temple Summon. They sort of snuck this back in here. Unfortunately, they did not take the time, energy, or effort to finish the event for this particular portal. But hey, you know what? They did at least send us the free pulls for completing an event, so we should all have access to, at very least, 2 pulls out of this portal. So, will we get lucky enough to pull one of these new featured 5 stars? I don't know, but let's take a look at this new character, and we will investigate whether or not we should be excited for this addition to the game. So her name is going to be Devyani. You know what? I am absolutely going to slaughter these names, and I apologize for that. But honestly, what we have here looks like a purple ranger and a reminder of what we're getting for a family bonus out of these guys, the Mahayoddha family. Again, probably slaughtered that. There will be a bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes. And at the end of each turn, they are going to gain a certain amount of growth. It starts at 100, then with 2 heroes, it goes to 110, then 120 attack and defense each turn. So this is a very powerful family effect. Getting growth every turn can add up to a ridiculous amount of extra stats for these characters, making them that much harder to take out, and truly increasing the longevity of these characters, considering one of the biggest problems is stat creep. These guys are going to give themselves growth, which will make them more relevant stat-wise for a long time to come. So just keep that in mind, that these guys are value-packed because of the growth that they are given. Okay, so down here in the passes department, we get mana on damage received. So this character is going to receive a small amount of mana from special skill damage or normal attacks. And let's see, it says a maximum of 10% can be gained per turn. So each time they're hit, they're going to gain a small amount of mana. That is pretty cool as well. Then she also has extra damage to minions and mega minions. So this character does plus 150% damage to minions and mega minions. So she is absolutely going to wreck through some mega minions. Based off of what I just saw, it looks like she's going to be a single target sniper, though. So maybe she's not as effective at removing regular minions, but mega minions she should do a pretty good job tearing through. All right, over here into Aether Powers, we are going to get a special boost. This is going to give her plus, 30% special damage for the first 6 turns. So that will be nice. It's going to allow her to hit harder for her first special or 2, depending on how lucky you get. And here, it is going to be a Righteous Stance. And this is operating at very fast, which is pretty cool. This special skill never misses its targets. We do appreciate that. Deals 500% damage to the target. And then the growth boon goes into effect. That deals the 2x damage for each point of modified attack. This will play off of their growth that they create. This has to be through growth, though. Normal attack up buffs will not trigger this growth boon that does the 2x damage. And then also, she does a Wither effect, where the target will receive negative 350 defense. So this is a fairly simplistic and fast special to get through, right? There's not a ton going on here. So let's talk about whether or not we're overly impressed by this character. First things first, let's talk about the fact that she's very fast. A very fast sniper is something that everyone should really want to have at least 1 or 2 in their roster. It makes it incredibly easy to get their special off, because once you have a clear lane, 3 matched tiles usually sets your special off, and then you can absolutely wreck through your opponent's team. They are amazingly good as cleanup team people as well, because again, if there's already a clear lane or 2, you can push tiles through there, get these specials off very quickly, and help you mop things up. So even if you don't fully max these very fast snipers, they tend to be useful for situations like that. What else is really nice about this character? Well, not only is she very fast and can pull that off, she also has the passive where she's gaining mana each time she takes damage. So understand that getting to very fast with the additional mana boost and being able to get there, it's just, she's going to pop off a lot, I think. And that is going to be very helpful for you to get kill shots in, etc. As simple as she is, because I don't, like her Wither effect, the negative 350 defense, I don't know how much that's going to matter in the long run, because most likely her targets will end up dying relatively quickly, but it does help, right? When you're going up against some of these defensive monster characters and raids and stuff, and you're just like, I can't ever get through this person. Well, if you're stacking a Wither of negative 350 defense each time, if they aren't clearing that Wither, you're going to get through anyone. It doesn't matter how tanky they are, you're going to drop them down into a very easable kill range. The other thing to consider is, and I wish I could say that I was certain on this, but if this is stacking on Titans, I think it's going to help as well. I don't know if Titans are technically immune to Wither. I don't believe so, but I feel like you can definitely reduce the Titans defense quite a bit and get your hits going a little bit higher with this lady as well. So I do think she may end up being a pretty solid Titan hero as well. So, I mean, we have to get to the grading part. I would say if I had to give her a grade, she's a solid 8. Honestly, you know what? Let's up the ante. Let's just say she's a 9. I will give her a 9, not because she's a amazing special that's going to blow you away, but because of the way that she functions, I think she's going to be incredibly efficient. She's going to absolutely be effective on both offense and defense. Even though you cannot pick the target that she is going to be hitting on defense, she's never going to miss. It's going to be a solid hit, and she's reducing defense on anyone she hits. I don't think it matters who she hits. She's having a really reasonable effect, and the way that she gains mana from taking damage on top of, being easy to get there, I think even on defense, she's going to be a bit of a monster to deal with. So let's just give her an all-around 9. The stacking growth is absolutely crazy. They better have a hero that can steal it off of you, or you are going to watch your stats go absolutely bonkers. So, pretty cool hero. Grats if you pull her. And as always, I do appreciate you tuning in. If you like what I do, there is a little button at the bottom right. You can click that. You can find me easier in the future. And we will see you next time. Thank you, everyone.